Coming in, you guys, it's day number 8 of my 365-day ice bath challenge, calling this Jimmy Ice. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I've been going live every single day, usually in the afternoons, to show getting in my ice bath. So as you can see there is a full bath, all full of some wonderful ice. A lot of people say, wow, do you go buy this ice? No, this tank that I have is called the Morozco Forge, and it makes its own ice. And so I get in here every single day for 5 minutes, and to hold myself accountable, I do it in front of you guys every single day right around this time. So it does also help me with my sleep, so I love doing it this time of day. Today's topic, once I get in there, I'm going to talk about the key to doing an ice bath. And it might be shocking to what the key is. And so leave me your questions, leave me your comments while I'm in there. I'm going to get into the ice bath, get the 5 minutes over, and then we'll go inside and talk to you guys. So thank you for being here again. Day number 8 of my Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. Let's tilt it downward so you can see all the fun. I got my clock ready to go for 5 minutes. We will set that up and press go, and let's go. Okay, you guys, I checked the temperature before I got in. 32.2 degrees here today in the ice tank. Again, this is called the Morozco Forge. You can go check them out here on Instagram. Look up Morozco Forge. And yeah, I'll be sharing an offer. They sent me a coupon code that I could share with you. But go check them out. Look at the different models that they have if you want to get one. This is one of the basic models that they have. It's good enough for what I need. And nice filtration system. It makes its own ice. But I want to talk to you guys today about what I think is the most important part of doing cold therapy. A lot of people say, well, does the temperature matter, Jimmy? And really, no, not as much. Yes, you want to get colder. You want to try to get the benefits of being as cool as you can handle. And I've obviously worked my way to being able to handle 32 degrees. Other people say, is it length of time? Is it the amount of time that you're in the ice bath? So you guys know I'm doing 5 minutes. A lot of you are coaxing me to try to go longer. It's not really about that. I think the most important thing when it comes to cold therapy is the consistency by which you do it. So if you're doing cold therapy but only doing it every once in a while, you're not giving yourself the ability to adapt. You're not giving yourself, permission to get in there. And I realize this is a hard mental struggle to make yourself get into this kind of uncomfortable environment. Trust me. There have been days that I walked right by the Morozco Forge before I started this challenge where I was like, nope, not today. And it's very easy to convince yourself not to be consistent. But one of the goals of this challenge to do this every single day on camera every single day was so that I would be consistent. And so my edification to you would be, if you decide to start doing cold showers, ice baths, or getting a fancy tank like this from Morosco Forge, be consistent. Because if you want to get the benefits, that's the only way you're going to get the benefits, is to do it. It's like those people who buy a treadmill and then they end up using the treadmill to hold their clothes on. They don't really walk on the treadmill. Like, what's the point? If you have it and you have access to it, you should be utilizing these tools. And so that's what I wanted to say today. Try to be consistent. Even if it's consistent with just the cold showers, that's okay. Just cold showers is still cold showers. And you're going to get benefit out of it. And look, the more you do it, the more you tolerate, the more you can increase your tolerance so that you can graduate to that next level of tolerance. Maybe you can only do warm water right now. That's great. Be consistent with it. Then gradually get cooler. Then go to ice in a bathtub, and then maybe something like this. So that's the message I wanted to share with you guys. I'm coming up here on the end of the 5 minutes. I am always amazed at how fast the 5 minute blows by. You think 5 minutes, oh my gosh, I'll die for 5 minutes if I stay in the ice for 5 minutes. No, you won't. No, you won't. You'll be just fine. All right. Woo! Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. All right, you guys. That's a 5 minute ice bath. What's funny is it's much cooler outside today. So I want to say it's like only in the 40s today. So it's a little harder to get into the ice bath when it's already cold outside. So yeah, it's a trog. But you make it work. Once you're in the ice bath, once you're in, you're in. And you just deal at that point. Let me get the feeling back in my hands again. That usually takes about 3 or 4 minutes, so. Woo! Day number 8, guys. I've been doing this 8 days. 8 sounds so pathetic when I have 365 days to do this. But you can't get to 365 until you go 8 and longer. And so, by the way, I try to purposely not put myself in the position of like rubbing my hands together. I try not to do anything that purposely warms myself up. I like my body to kick in to do the warming. That's how you'll get the metabolic effects, the thermogenic effects of letting your body be exposed to cold. And those of you just coming in, you just missed it. I was in the ice bath for 5 minutes. It was 32.2 degrees today. And yeah, just got out. So we're warming up now. Let's scroll back to the top. I don't have any feeling in my hands, but I will try to see if you got any comments here. So keto is real. Where did you get the tank? This is called the Morosco Forge. So look them up on Instagram. You can also look them up. MoroscoForge.com, I believe, is their website. But pretty soon, they just gave me permission to give you guys a code. And so if you were interested, I was like, look, I'm getting a lot of comments from people wanting to look at your tanks. I purchased my tank. They didn't give this to me or anything. I purchased my own tank. And it's one of the basic models. It's got a filtration system. And like I said, it makes its own ice. So I'll be sharing that real soon, that code. But it's called Morosco Forge if you want to look it up. Go Jimmy, says bulletproof. Thank you. How are your toes, says Linda. So they're frozen right now because I was just in the ice tank. But actually the toes are doing well. Those of you that missed it, on day 6, I got in to the Morosco Forge, and at the bottom of the tank, there was a sheet of ice, because that's how it makes the ice. It makes the ice at the bottom, and then it lifts it to the top. Well, apparently it was kind of stuck on the bottom, and part of it had broken off and risen to the top, but most of it was still on the bottom. So when I go in, not knowing that sheet of ice is there, I actually stubbed my toe, I thought, on the ice. It ended up lacerating my second and third toes. And so I'm very careful before I get in there now, rubbing my hand all along the bottom to make sure there's no ice that's stuck there and no sharp points. So, in fact, when I mentioned it to the Morozco people, they were like, oh my gosh, we've never had anybody cut themselves on our ice. And so it was user error probably more than anything. So, how are you this evening? Says Keto Israel. I'm good. I've had a good day. Just been doing all the little Jimmy things. There's always something to do in the business. Always working on my podcast. I'm working on my book right now. We're at the very tail end of my next book, so real excited to get that done. Hoping to get that off to the printer here within the next week or so. And then it's about a month-ish after that for it to come out. So we're trying to aim for sometime maybe late February, early March for that to come out. So stay tuned. What's up, David? Thanks for being here. So yes, I just got out of the ice tank, the Morozco Forge. My hands are still very, very numb from being in the cold water. 32.2 degrees. Those of you who are not American, that is 0 degrees Celsius. And so it cold water. And so I get in there for 5 minutes. I have committed myself to doing this 5 minutes a day, 32 degree temperature water for 365 days in a row. And I was just talking to a friend of mine on Instagram who is also into cold plunges. And she's like, so you've been doing this every day. What have you noticed? And I said, you know, my sleep has been amazing. So those of you that follow me on my stories, you see my sleep data that I post every single day. My deep sleep, you guys, has gone so far up. And if you combine the REM with the deep, I have lately, within the last few days, been getting over 4 hours. There was one day, a couple days ago, I got very close to 5 hours combined deep and REM. Now that's badass. If you get 3 hours of combined of those two, that's a pretty good night's sleep. And I'm regularly getting 4 to 4.5 hours. And like I said, got very close to hitting 5 hours the other day. So that's one benefit that I've seen. I also am very energetic during the day, which I'm might find interesting, is I'm finding that I'm waking up, like I'm going to bed relatively early, but I always do that, like 7:30 or so. And then I'm waking up at, say, 12:30 in the morning. And then I get up, I can do things pretty much any time of the day, so I've always got stuff to do. And so I'll work for a few hours, and then I'll start getting sleepy again, and I'll lay back down for a couple more hours. So I'm getting about 4 to 5 hours of sleep when I first go to bed. I'm up for a few hours, and then I go back down to sleep for another 2 hours, and I'm still getting that great sleep. So that's kind of an odd sleep pattern. I don't mind it. I have the flexibility because I work for myself to do it that way. But it's kind of interesting. Yes, I go to bed at 7:30, up at 12:30, go back to sleep around 4:30 or 5, and then I'm up around 7:30. And it's fascinating. It's kind of weird, but I like it. It's a good schedule. I get to talk to all my friends in Australia. They're still awake. Keto is real. Where do you do your podcast? Is it here on Instagram? So I record my podcasts. Yes, most of them are recorded on Instagram live, but then I air them on my podcasts. And so all of my podcasts, which I do 4 a week, are on my website, llvlc.com, livinlavitalocarb.com. So go check that out. But yeah, One Step Deeper podcast on Mondays, Living La Vida Low Carb Show Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday is Real Talk. So I do those, but I post all of them here on Instagram if that's what you're asking, in video form. but it's also in audio form in all the usual suspects where you get your audio podcasts. Also on YouTube. Carmel says, I would think when you come out, you'd put on a sweatsuit or something super warm. So that's the thing. I don't want external factors warming me up. I want to be warmed from the inside out. I know the propensity is, hey, I just got out of a super cold ice bath. The first thing you think you want is to try to warm up. And trust me, every inkling in your body wants to. But if you let your body do the warming, and I'm starting to get a little bit of the shivering starting to happen inside my stomach. That's why you might hear my voice quiver a little bit. Is because I'm shaking and shivering, and that's my body trying to warm itself up. Look, it would be easy for me to warm up by going out in my hot tub out there and just popping into there and instantly warming up. But then I wouldn't get the full effects of why I was in the ice bath to begin with. Look, if I'm going to put myself through the hard part of getting into the ice bath, then the least I can do is see it out and let my body experience what it is that I'm supposed to experience coming out of the ice bath. And that's the body naturally warming itself up. I think that's where the magic of these ice baths come in. If you do a cold shower, it's very tempting to just dry off, go get a robe right out of the dryer and put it on to try to warm up that way. You're kind of cheating yourself when you do that. Now, I know it's uncomfortable being in a cold state. It's uncomfortable shivering. But shivering, guys, is your body literally heating you up from the inside out. So, no, I need to do all the work to get me warm again. Carmel says, that makes sense. Well, good. I'm glad. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not fun. I would love to be turning on this heat. I would love to get out of these wet clothes and put on a warm robe or something that would get me warm. But you're just not going to get the benefits that way. So, all right, guys. So, yes, day number 8. I got 365 days of this. I'm only like barely over a weekend now. And I can tell this is going to be special. I can tell that this year of doing this 5 minutes a day, 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius for 365 days this year, I just have a feeling something magical is going to happen. How could it not? When you put yourself in a position to do something that challenges you, it's got to create some kind of benefit. And I'm already seeing great benefits. It's gonna be really fascinating to continue watching my sleep data with the Oura Ring. Holly says, do you still use your hot tub in the mornings? Yes, so my ritual when I wake up, usually when I wake up at that 12:30 in the morning, the first thing I'll do is grab my phone and then go out into the hot tub and I'll play a few mind games. I like Words with Friends, but I'll just do something just for fun and get relaxed in the hot tub. And then I'll pop out of there, I'll come in here, and then I'll start doing some work. And I'm shivering again, so that's why you're hearing me kind of, and it's good. When you're shivering, that is a good sign. If you're not shivering, there's something wrong. So I'm glad I'm shivering, and it's good. Yes, Del Norte, there's shrinkage. Thanks for the Seinfeld reference. Of course, 32 degrees is kind of hard for shrinkage not to happen. So it is what it is. Thank you, George Costanza. So, all right, guys, let me pop off of here. Hope you're enjoying your weekend so far. Go enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I'm going to towel off, dry off, get out of these wet clothes. And yeah, we're rocking it, man. We are doing this Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. I am so excited to be sharing this with you, and I look forward to doing lots more episodes with you. But remember today's message: consistency, consistency, consistency. If you're gonna do cold therapy, don't do it a day or two and then go about your merry way thinking you got benefits. No, it's gotta be day after day after day after day, which is one reason I'm on camera every single day. Every single day. Yes, it's Erica says, how many days? I've been 8 days now, 5 minutes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 days in a row. I'm doing it all 365 days this year. And it's going to be great. There will be days when I will travel. People have asked, what are you going to do when you travel? I will try to at least get a cold shower in those days. And yeah. Holly says, enjoy dinner. We're having steak. Well, enjoy your steak. I actually am too close to bedtime to eat now, and so I won't be eating the rest of the day, but I had some nice ground beef, grass-fed beef earlier. So, all right, guys, let me get out of there. See, I'm getting cold. I'm shivering, and so it kind of messes with my brain. I'm going to get out of here. That's what I was trying to say, but it came out as... I'm telling you, ice baths are good. Don't let my mental state on camera discourage you from getting an ice bath. All right, guys, I'm out of here for now. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.